10th of July 2025. This is Patricia Benedict.
Hi.
Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Shendor Menvarayzz.
Okay. We've done quite a few stories and was posted on Naked Departure already. Now I wanted to still first start with the court date that you not really missed, because there was in the article in the newspaper that they were doing some sort of construction or something at the whole town courts. So what happened that day when you did you go there?
I missed the date because my lawyer called several times. I never have no response, never get through. So he assumed that the court was closed. So we didn't go to court that day.
But you always have to go, regardless if you don't hear a response, you always have to go into the court. So, but they did have court that day?
Yes, and the clerk called me, yeah.
She called you afterwards? So
she called me when everything was over. She calling me and didn't look so serious, like she was laughing. Somebody talk to you,
yes,
but they don't take you seriously.
Yes. So she called you afterwards and told you
after one, actually, when everything done.
That's not very nice, because if she knew that, because you said one time they were calling her your child's father,
right,
to come to court.
By 10 they was calling him, because you can still get there till 12. But
so why didn't they do the same for you?
And yesterday when I already saw a marshal call somebody, calling, like he had the same last name that the magistrate. I even thought that is a magistrate that he was calling, and he managed to come here, but nobody contacted me. And I always present at all, always present, always.
But they should have, if they couldn't make the time to call your son's father at 10 o'clock at one point in time, they should have called you too, and I know you would have been there.
Because
you never missed it. And did they say that you would have gotten your kids that day?
Yeah, the clerk told me I would have gotten my children.
You don't remember the clerk's name?
I think her first name is Anissa or something.
Okay. So did she? Who was the present?
She told me Magistrate Clarke wasn't there. That's what she told me.
Oh.
But just now I spoke with her staff. Tell me about when Clarke wasn't there. When Clarke was there, she didn't know others. But the same staff told me if I would come that day, it'll be resolved. So I don't know. He had a change at heart. But I go in another topic, because we're talking about the day I missed.
The day when you missed court. Right. So they didn't, when you missed that date, but but in the newspaper it said they were doing some sort of renovation and stuff.
Yeah, but they didn't say when the court will open back.
That is true too.
So I told my lawyer, you have to call if the court to find out when it opened back.
You have a different lawyer?
Yes, I have a different lawyer.
So let's speak about that in part 2. So this is part 1 super. 10th of July 2025. This is Patricia Benedict. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Shendor Menvarayzz.
Yes, we've had quite a few interviews. You called me rather upset yesterday, the 9th. The 9th, what was so important? Not important. So why did you call me so upset the 9th yesterday?
Because I went to court regarding my children, my custody matter, and I don't know because if I get in them, the magistrate never said I'll get the children. He just adjourned the case. Never say he said I'm a nomad / homeless.
That's what he said to you?
Right, and he said my children, both of them have the same development mental level of a 2-year-old.
So who told him that?
He said 2 days they found out 2 days ago that I'm a nomad. But how can
2 days ago they found out you're nomad. A lot of people don't know what's nomad. It means that you're homeless?
Well, the day they took my children, the 13th of November, I was living at a place. I live at the same place today. So how I can be nomad? I never moved from that place. But he knew I was living ever since. So why he said 2 days ago he find I'm a nomad, and then he said both my children has a developmental of a 2-year-old. I don't know how 11-year-old and 13-year-old can behave like a 2-year-old. And he said neither of them are fit to be in society, which I never hear none of the aunties.
What do you mean talking
about
society?
Neither of them are fit to be in a society.
Was he's the one supposed to say so, or wasn't it supposed to be the professional?
The professional never said that either, because he only saw my children for 5 minutes, asked them 1-2 questions, and they were so scared. I don't see why he was so unpleasant and disrespectful.
So when he was saying so, were the professionals in the court?
Because they have a report that they made on my children. They have the report. So I don't know. Use this report, because the the lady called me from the staff from the Clarke about called me and said, I can come pick it up. I already have it for my former lawyer, for my daughter, but I didn't have my son. So what they going to give me both? So to me is secondary because that's not going to tell me when I have the children. So he has the report. This report don't say my children are unfit to be in no society or they are behave like 2-year-old. They never said that.
Which society? Society is your place?
No, in society meaning in the world.
So
they're fit to be in the world.
They're not fit. They're not fit. They're not fit. They're not fit to be in the public.
No, that's why I said. So that's why apparently that's the reason why he didn't give me my children. But he never say when or if. So I had hint of someone that some type of foster care or placing them in with another relative.
So let me ask. No. I don't want to cut you. Yesterday you went to court.
Yes, please.
And you said to me that there was a time where you could have gotten back your kids, but that day there was another magistrate in the court. Because there was another magistrate in the court, you didn't and the confusion when they were doing the reconstruction or whatever there, y'all did not get you weren't able to you missed that date. A lot of people missed it.
My lawyer it said to me that he called many times, he never hear an answer, and so they say that other lawyer missed that day too. So he thought that the court was closed. But when you late at court, somebody calls you, like if it's 10 o'clock, you're not there. Somebody, because when my child father, the last time, that was back before the November, maybe on December, whatever, not December, no, October or whatever prior, he wasn't there. So they were calling him, trying to call him to tell him to come. When I was at court yesterday, I see the marshal calling somebody that wasn't present. But me, they never called me.
They never called me too.
Clarke called me at once. I passed one to tell me I didn't show up at court. But nobody called me.
Never called you to tell you. So what happened? So they said if you had come to court that date, you would have gotten back your children.
The same clerk told me if I had showed up at court, you would get better children. But
what's the difference now? Yesterday?
Well,
the 9th.
She tell me, but I tell her about my lawyer call. He didn't have no answer. He thought, he said, oh, don't listen to your lawyer. And I talked to the staff from the head of the 2 homes, and she told me the case would have been resolved if I would have show up. But then I asked her which magistrate was present. She says Wayne Clarke was present. So I thought it was a different magistrate because the same clerk told me Wayne Clarke wasn't there. So why I was told it's a lot of twisted things. It's very confused because one people say Wayne Clarke was there, another say Wayne Clarke wasn't there. Yes, so that means he didn't recuse himself from my matter.
And you asked, you wrote and this is the kind of disrespectfulness. And I feel the registrar have to, when people write their email, the registrar, she or her staff or whoever that works with her should respond.
All they do is they acknowledge they say at the registrar, when you send an email a few days after, they say I acknowledge your request.
And they never responded.
They don't respond. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the magistrate was there or not, since the clerk told me so. Okay. And when I was there yesterday, they have me waiting because
we'll do part two. We'll do part two. Part 2. You went to court the 9th of July 2025.
Yes, please.
But then when I called you yesterday, you sent me some emails to send to the Prime Minister and the US and because you CC to those people. But what you did not put, and I told you, was the date.
I was at court yesterday, but I wrote the email yesterday, or the same day I was at court.
Which is the 9th. The 9th
which is the 9th,
of July.
Here, when you send an email and you write it appear, because the thing is I write on the email, today I've been to court.
Yes.
But still it's right.
So it's the 9th, so that you meant that then, so you meant to court at the 9th of July 2025. Right, yes. What will happen yesterday at the 9th of July in the court? Because who was the magistrate?
Well, I get there at 8:30 because I always get there as early as I can. Some people get there at 8 because of first come, first served. But I entered the court at 12, so they had me waiting for hours. My lawyer.
So you entered as in the court?
Not the courtroom where it's waiting room. In the court where they try and
you went there 8:30 at 12. So you did how long your lawyer was there with you?
So I was in the courtroom because when the lawyer come, they have to go in the courtroom.
So why as a lawyer, and that's in general, and didn't the lawyer? What was the reason why did you had to wait 4 hours?
I asked his junior, I do have a junior, why is that we waiting so long? She says soon, but at that time it was soon 12. And in between, the lawyer came out and asked me because the child care board staff didn't show up.
How long? So, which means the staff of the Holton court knew that?
I don't know that because I asked them and she didn't give me an answer. She don't know if they knew or not because there's no communication really between them. They just show up because she says because all is him that called them to get.
Didn't you say that? You told me about somebody said that somebody had a high court matter and you have to be specific.
The staff, the lady that's the head of both homes, these are the childcare board staff that have to show up because they're in the childcare board custody. That's why they have to be there. They're forced to be there.
Yeah.
So she said she couldn't come because she had a more serious matter in the high court at the same time, so she couldn't come. But I asked her, did the magistrate knew that? She couldn't. She told me she didn't give me an answer. She didn't know.
Which means they're playing games with you.
I don't know who know what.
No. Because this is unprofessional. Because anytime you cannot come to court, they would call. They would call them and tell them, well, they can't come to court. I, to a certain extent, know how the system down there works, and those people are very, very, very. I don't want to use the word. But it's rather unfortunate.
Because when I enter the courtroom, the magistrate said that the childcare board is not present. And my lawyer come out 2 or 3 times. He came out, even calling me, say, these people that come there, is them the staff? I say, I don't know, it's not them, unless they are new staff.
But didn't he ask the magistrate?
I don't know. Because when I asked one of them, why it's taking so long, she couldn't answer me.
But they could have known. If she had the staff of the childcare board had a more urgent matter, that would have been communicated to the magistrate, or should have been communicated to the magistrate, because then she would have been up there early. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, she would have been up there to hear the other matter early. But they have to find out was there really an urgent matter? Was it Supreme Court? She had a matter?
Which is superior than magistrate court, which tell me that my case is not even that serious. So
no.
Why much? Because if a case is more serious and they have to go to that case, not to my case, that means why my children in the childcare board?
But they still have to find out.
The thing is, these childcare board staff are forced to show up at court because the children is their custody. So what when Clarke did, he had me waiting for hours just to adjourn the case. But because they weren't there, she said no decision couldn't take place because they weren't here. So he was just playing game. I found out just now. I called her and asked her, but they had me waiting hours in there. They didn't tell me a word. And the people at the desk, they say the people that you go to, I don't ask them no questions. Somebody tell me, I don't speak to these people. So I don't ask any questions, but I assume that my lawyer knew something, so he didn't even know where the staff was, where these childcare board people were, why they didn't hear, they weren't here, he didn't know, I didn't know neither.
Yeah, but that is not good enough. It's just because you're dealing.
Waiting. All they had to do is adjourn the case, tell me they are not here, and I'll go back, leave, instead of having me waiting for hours, calling me all kind of nomad. You calling my children out and disrespecting my children.
This is part 2, part 3. So when you finally got to be in front of Magistrate Wayne Clarke, the 9th of July 2025, what happened?
First thing, he didn't say absolutely no word to me. He didn't ask because I have no say. When I always go to court, it's my child father that have the say or the respect. Me, I got the disrespect. He not saying no word to me, having me waiting for hours. There's already disrespect.
So where your child father was?
He was sitting somewhere, just sitting there.
So they say he was there for 4 hours too?
Yeah, he was there for 4 hours, but then he's the reason why the children in there. So that's, to me, there is no concern to me.
So what did Magistrate Wayne Clarke say to you when you finally got in?
He said nothing to me. He told my lawyer that 2 days ago we found out an issue about Hologene. I don't know what issue, because I live in the same place when they took the children, so I'm not left, right, center, in the very same place. She said she lived like a nomad. I found out so I don't know why he's talking about.
The magistrate said so.
Because
and for people who don't know what's a nomad,
people that move around, that don't really stay one place, not necessarily homeless, but move from place to place. And I've been living there for the longest time, since a year actually. So I can't call me nomad. Nomad is at least 6 months, and I've been living there longer.
So you think he's discriminating against you?
He's been disrespectful all the way. His initial plan was to give custody to my children's father, but he's unemployed.
So what do you thought about that thing they were talking about, the childcare board we were listening to on Naked Departure? You think it's a joke?
I see a man that was talking, and when he was talking, the same way that Clarke calling me, like he laughing, and you know when people not taking you seriously, and the people that's in this meeting not watching, not paying attention, giggling, it's so disrespectful for the children, the parents. You have to be attentive or whatever. The man talking like he's talking over his head, laughing. Why you think the public is stupid?
Yeah.
Even in the comments, people say they don't care about
so
your children.
So you recognize one Miss Rita?
Yeah, that's my former lawyer.
What do you think about her?
I didn't get to communicate much with her, so that's why there was very little communication. It's just a 1 or 2 email, which is just noted. This is no communication, because it's like this magistrate have power and nobody cannot.
So you asked him to reclose,
challenge this power, but what I find out, right, under the Maintenance Act, a magistrate court have more power than a judge. So a magistrate court can take custody of your child and put it in the child care board under the Maintenance Act. That's how Clarke was able to do that.
But I always
they have power to do that.
I've always told them Mr. Clarke needs a mental evaluation.
But even though you have power to do that, though, you investigate first. They took them and I barely investigate. Just came to my house.
So how long they been there? How long they been there?
Since the 13th of November.
Last year.
2 separate house, and I have a police friend that tell me, how come your child father feels so comfortable your children stay in that place for how many months?
And then he haven't said a word. But because of him,
because he's under protection, he's had immunity. Let's say he has immunity. I'm the one that get all the discrimination from the law. I'm the one that have all this discrimination, that have to change lawyer every 2 minutes.
So why is the government not doing something about Magistrate Wayne Clarke?
Because what
you ask him to recuse himself.
What he's doing is trying every little bit of thing to, any element he can find to say, oh, she ain't fit, I'm a failure for mother. He didn't disrespect me because he didn't address me, but you having me waiting for hours is disrespectful. But actually, when I get in the courtroom, I stay there barely 10 minutes just to get another date. And the staff, the child care board staff said nothing could happen because they weren't there. So if they knew that, they would send me adjourn the date every since not having me waiting for hours.
If they knew they had they would have known they would have had an important case
basically,
for a long time.
They found nothing. This lawyer don't know nothing, asking me every 2 minutes what's going on. Where's the?
That's a new lawyer.
Yeah, that's a new lawyer.
So, but if she had an important case, she would have known that ever since. She would have known that ever since.
The last minute. It had to be a last minute thing. Otherwise, they will change the court date. It had to be a last minute thing, like a very serious maybe abuse. I don't know. It had to be a last minute thing. But they wouldn't know if it's a court matter starts on 9 o'clock. Whether it's magistrate or Supreme Court, so that means early on they knew somebody had to know because they'll have to call the court and say we can't show up. That man still had me there. That's the thing.
That's Mr. Wayne Clarke for you. He always abuses his power. Always does.
In their mind, because I have homeschooled my children and the worst parent. But actually, I've seen that teachers has been attacked in school. But that is not my concern, because the most important is we move them out of the child care board. But the child care board can't really do anything. And I call in her, she say, he's a magistrate that have authority. And last time, the 3rd of April, he said he passed that on to the child care board. It's the child care board that have to deal with that.
So they're playing games with you? It's like a game?
When I called, she said, but she didn't have the impression. Yeah, I said, twisted, it's a playing game. Because they have no authority since he make the call. So what happened? The case has to be dismissed so that the child care board can really say, well, you look your children, but they can't do that because the case is not dismissed and still under Wayne Clarke. Because since he put them there under Maintenance Act, that's how he managed to do it.
Part 4.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.